Hi guys, I am 7 weeks, 5 days pregnant today. Still in Bali. There's like a little party going on over the canyon, which is where the music comes from. Little man Folly boy is asleep. Bodhi has gone to to do some bowling and jumping on the trampoline at the bounce house here in Bali with our friends the Blairs, and Isaac is at another friend's house, so I have a moment to myself so I can do this. Also, I have to be discreet because I haven't told Isaac yet, as I'm too early. We just want to wait till we hear the heartbeat, and I'm a little bit further along. So this week I've been feeling super pregnant. I think it just really took a turn about 4 days ago, I would say. I probably noticed it towards the end of 6 weeks pregnant. I had this one day where I took the 3 boys myself. I was at school with them myself. So I took Isaac and Forrest to go pick up Bodhi from his school here in Bali. And it was really hot, and I was juggling Forrest, and he's just in this zone now where he's running. Just wants to run in all different directions, doesn't want me to hold him, wants to get down. But then I have to obviously get to Bodhi's classroom, which is quite far away from the entrance of the school. And so he's like, no, mummy, let me down, get me down. Folly, go explore. These are all the things he says. He has such amazing vocab for his age. He's really speaking big, long, tons of sentences. And both my boys spoke really early. They were really early talkers. Forrest took a little bit longer to walk than Bodhi. He didn't walk until he was closer to 13 months, whereas Bodhi was walking in 11 months. But man, his vocab is just, it's so amazing. The things that he's picking up on and saying, and now he's speaking some Indonesian. But I forget just how, because his words are so advanced, I forget that he's still just a little guy who wants to run around and explore and do his thing, and he's super independent. And what I'm noticing is that there's only going to be a 2-year, a 4-month gap between this baby and Forrest. And one of the major things I'm noticing this week is that I'm finding it a lot harder. And whether this is because I now have 2 children that I'm looking after, obviously Isaac is my third child that I'm looking after, but Isaac's 10 and he's really easy. I think with him it's more, emotionally being in tune with him and his needs. That's sort of the more complex relationship there, but he's a really cruisy 10-year-old, and he's actually very helpful as well. But Bodhi's 4, and he's doing all the things that 4-year-olds do, and then Forrest is just, he's got such a mind of his own. And I think because Bodhi was 6 months older when I was at this stage with Forrest, and he was just a little bit older, a little bit more independent. He had better listening ears. I could really explain to him why I wasn't okay with something, or I could explain to him my decisions why we had to go to a certain place at a certain time. But with Forrest, because he's still only 20 months old, and sometimes I forget that because of how much he's talking, it's just, I found it really hard the other day at school with all 3 of them, and trying to figure it out and get everyone out of the school on time. But they all wanted ice blocks, and they all wanted to hang out afterwards at school. And I got this sudden, just overwhelmingly exhausted feeling, and I just had to sit down, and I was so tired of getting up and running after Forrest. I just let him go, and he ran on the field, and the kids are running around with him, and I was like, I'm just gonna give myself 10 minutes to sit down because I'm feeling sick and having a lot of hot cold flushes. And what I have noticed this week is that I've actually been feeling that. In the mornings I feel great. I wake up and I feel awesome. So I'm not having morning sickness per se, but I am getting headaches, feeling lethargic, feeling off my food as though I can't eat as much. I'm having food aversions. And just like, just feeling just uncomfortable in my stomach, not having any pains or anything, but just kind of uncomfortable. And I feel just really pregnant this week. I need to sleep more. I'm just like, whoa, what has hit me? And the nausea keeps coming in waves. I haven't vomited at all, but starting from around 2 p.m, I just get these feelings where I'm like, oh, I feel just out of my body and I need to sit down. And last night I felt so sick. I had headaches, like such a bad pressure through here. And then I thought that maybe I was just dehydrated. So today the headache doesn't feel as bad, but I definitely felt hot and cold, shivery, and then I just needed to go lie in bed early and take care of myself. So I was saying to Mark that I actually haven't felt this bad during pregnancy. And it's not, I know I have it easy compared to a lot of women who have morning sickness because first of all, I don't have any morning sickness, and my symptoms only start from around 2 p.m. each day until nighttime. And I can manage them, I can handle them. I just have to take it easy, and then I'm okay. Like right now in this lying down position, I feel great. As soon as I stand up, I start to feel dizzy. I start to just feel out of it. I notice that I'm not very on point in terms of my communication with other people when I'm in that zone. I'm really trying to focus, and I feel like it sucks my personality, and I can't just sit down and have a regular conversation with someone because I'm just kind of feeling so out of it. So that has been this week, and it's a big change from last week because I had small little things last week, but it just hit with vengeance this time for some reason. 7 weeks, that was it for me, and I have never felt this way in pregnancy. I've always had super cruisy pregnancies, never felt sick, and I remember even with the boys, I never even really felt very pregnant. This time round, I feel more pregnant, and whether that's because I now have 2 running around and Forrest is just a little bit younger than Bodhi was, so there's just more energy output. I'm not sure what it is. Mark thinks it's because it's a girl and my pregnancy feels different. That'd be amazing. We all would love to have a little girl in our family, but we would also love the idea of having 4 boys and just having a big gang of boys. So we will see. I'm going to do the Harmony test when I get back to America, but I will not be back in the US until I'm about 12 weeks along. So I'll have a blood test then. I assume you can still have it at 12 weeks. They say 9 weeks is when you get it done, but I assume 12 weeks is fine to get it done. Otherwise, my OBGYN in the US is really skilled. She actually told us we were having a boy at 11 weeks with Bodhi. So I'm hopeful that maybe at 12 weeks she'll be able to tell whether or not we're having, which gender we're having. I'll show you the belly shot. Now, mind you, here's the crazy thing. In the mornings, my belly, it's not flat. Absolutely not flat. There's a little bump there, but it's a lot flatter. And then as soon as I eat food, I just blow up. And I look really pregnant. And it's been quite hard because obviously, as I said, we are not telling Izzy about it. So even right now, I feel like out of breath and lightheaded. Okay, so I'm going to put the phone down for a second because I'm wearing a dress. And so I didn't think it was appropriate to show you my knickers. So hang on a second while I wrap a towel around my bottom half so I can show you. But I am getting really excited. I'm also really nervous about the scan, and I'm sure you guys all have the same feelings when you go for your first heartbeat scan, but I've had girlfriends who go and it's not good news, and I've had a first heartbeat scan before and it hasn't been good news. So I guess I'm cautiously optimistic, but there's always that little part of you that gets freaked out that something might be wrong. Okay, here is my belly shot. All right, so you see if that lighting's better. Hello. Yeah, so as you can see, it's quite protruding. And that's at 7, that's almost at 8 weeks. It's crazy. I think it's because a lot of people say that when you're having subsequent children, your body just knows what to do and your uterus just expands quicker, everything just gets bigger a lot faster. I wasn't showing at all like this until I was probably 4.5 months with Bodhi. So here's little Folly, he's having a nap. We got netting put up around our house. You can see this netting because you can see the tops of the trees here. You see a coconut right there. We're in a very high tree house, a 4-story tree house. This is some of it, and it goes down 2 more stories. And I've been super paranoid about the kids and just falling. So we had netting secured around the whole outside, even though people think we're crazy, but better be safe than sorry. Here it is in my dress. Bumpy in my dress. All right, guys, so that is it. Hopefully I'm feeling a little better next week, but I don't like my chances. I've never really heard of anyone just having morning sickness for 1 week of pregnancy, so I assume next week will be really intense, and I'll have our scan update, which I'm so nervous about, and I'll try and take a picture and I'll insert it into the video as well so you can see what it looks like at 8 weeks, and hopefully we hear a happy heartbeat. All right, guys, so much love, and I hope you're all feeling great. Okay, see you later.